So, uh, hello, I'm here today with Helen Sanderson, who is the clutter therapist, and we're going to draw your business, what you're doing for people and the clutter. Welcome.
Thank you. Great. I'm really excited to be here, and particularly excited because when we chatted before, you said you use images to help people think, and that's definitely going to be what I need.
Okay, great. Who is it you're working with?
A woman who's near retirement. She's an empty nester. Her children have left home, and she's thinking about the next stage of her life, and she's realizing that she's accumulated over her work and family life rather a lot of stuff that she hasn't really had time to deal with, and she's wanting to downsize and simplify her life. She doesn't want to leave a lot of mess for her kids to work to clear up, so she's thinking consciously about the future, and so she's wanting to simplify really, but she's feeling very overwhelmed. She doesn't know where to start. She's got too many clothes, she's got too many books, she's got paperwork everywhere. She does this thing where she shoves things in nice pretty boxes when people come around, but actually that's what she used to do, but now she doesn't let people in. She's embarrassed, she feels ashamed, and life is busy and full, and that's how it happened, I guess. In fact, she goes out more than she stays in because she doesn't really like the state of the house. And if she isn't actually literally drowning, she feels psychologically like she's drowning. Well, and the other thing is that she's got a PhD, and it's a PhD in projects half done. Somebody close by has died. She started to realize that no one's coming to sort this out unless she does something about it. She needs to move, something needs to change, and life is starting to put pressure on her to make a change. Maybe she's got a retirement date or redundancy or something. She feels ashamed. She doesn't understand why she can't, she had a professional career.
Yeah.
Why can't she sort this out? She also feels distractible. She's procrastinating. She finds it really difficult to process things and to plan. She's got time blindness, and she's a late diagnosed ADHD, so she didn't know this, but she's starting to realize that the ADHD is part of the reason why she's got in this muddle, and part of the reason why she can't get out of it.
Okay, and what is she dreaming about?
She is dreaming about a home that has systems that are easy to maintain. Everything has a place, there's a place for everything. She's got a sense of calm and ease and mental clarity. So she's actually, instead of thinking about the house all the time, she's using her energy to start thinking about her future and creative projects that she might like to do. She actually wants to write a book or start painting or something. So she's actually starting to think about investing her energy in the future rather than, worrying about the current situation, which has really been weighing her down. She could be playing an instrument, she could be dancing, she could be painting, anything, something creative that she's wanted to do and that she hasn't allowed herself to do because she's felt so burdened by she doesn't think about the house anymore because the house is easier to maintain, it's easier to sort out because there are systems and a sense of order. She's also inspired because she's overcome this huge obstacle that she didn't think she could. So she's feeling much more positive about herself. And one of the things that I say is transforming spaces, transforming lives. In the process of transforming a space, you're also transforming your life. And I've witnessed that and been privileged to go on that journey with many, many people over the years. So how do we do this? So there are 3 parts to the declutter process. The first one is weeding. And the weeding process is when you're looking for things that can go out. It's the letting go process. What's a weed? What's a plant? What's what's the superfluous, extraneous stuff, and what is a special memory or something that's functional or beautiful. Yeah, it's the decision-making stage. And my method is usually an intensive one. So I believe that the quicker you do it, the more likely you are to stay motivated to complete it. If you let it go on too long, it can be demoralizing. Next step is the planting stage. And this is where you take everything that you keep and you find a place or a home for it. So it could be when we talk about garden design, where we have our planting plan, exactly where are things going to live. So this is where everything has a place. There's a place for everything. And if you ask somebody, where are the scissors? They know exactly where they live. They know exactly where to put them back. And it helps for a much better peace of mind if everything has a place. But the important thing is that this is a sequential process, so you don't do the planting until you've done the weeding. The reason is because quite often people they might have stationery in the kitchen, stationery in the bedroom, stationery in the office, stationery in the living room. If you don't bring it all together, it's much harder to actually see what you've got. So
Yeah.
this is what we would do in the planting plan, is really, and then it also it depends. It's not about me imposing my ideal on somebody. If they're a family and they need things in different places, then we might do a review and then have a planting plan that says, right, the kids need to have pens in their room and we need to have it in my office. So, we need to have a few in the kitchen, but it's really about, first you do the weeding, which is the mindful processing of the stuff, and then you decide what's the best planting plan. The third is maintaining, because like every garden, once you've weeded it, if you don't keep weeding it, it's going to grow back to a big pile of chaos. So it's really critical that you get a really good planting plan and then you have a system that helps you maintain it. And sometimes we have what we call a house charter, which is where you might set some rules for yourself or a contract with yourself. Like when I come back from holiday, I empty my suitcase within 2 days or something like that, because it's very likely that somebody, especially if they've got ADHD, will be running on to the next thing and forgetting about unpacking the suitcase. And then it will just sit around for days, and it can often it just starts creating a visual clutter, which then feeds into a habit of more clutter. So maintenance is really about habit building. I make my bed when I get up in the morning, or I do the washing up before I go to bed. So it's sort of having good, healthy self-care habits. So these aren't, like chores that kids don't want to do. These are things that we do for ourselves that we want to make our life more wonderful. So maintenance is really about self-care. In fact, the whole thing's about self-care, but I really do think of it as a sort of a daily self-care thing. A light bulb moment. I think I would say like someone who just lifted a great burden off their, and being able to see the wood for the trees when they've done the weeding and everything's been planted, and it's like, oh my gosh, everything does actually fit and I can find things and there is a place for everything. Now I can maintain it. It's like, thank goodness, it's sort of a sense of relief, a sense of ease, a sense of openness, and being able to invite people in and be more sociable. And if you're writing a book and you've got stuff going on, you've got things to talk about, you're interested in your life, rather than a sense of feeling ashamed and that you're hiding.